Hello, my name is Maria.
And my name's Alex, and today we'll be giving you a general description of Folsom Lake.
Folsom Lake is located in Northern California and is 11,450 acres wide and can hold about 1 million cubic feet of water. It was formed by Folsom Dam, constructed in 1955 to control the American River.
The dam and lake are part of the Folsom Project, which includes flood control, hydroelectricity, drinking water, and water for irrigation.
Now for some primary producers, most of these organisms are on a microscopic level and require nothing but sunlight to produce energy, also known as autotrophic.
Most of the primary producers found in Lake Folsom are phytoplankton. Even though too small to be seen individually, when in large numbers, they tend to turn bodies of water into a greenish color because of the chlorophyll they contain.
Another autotrophic organism we found at Lake Folsom was a true watercress, a semi-aquatic plant native to Europe and Asia. They contain hollow streams and produce white and green flowers at the tip.
During our trip, we didn't see many top predators except for a small amount of seagulls. However, in our research, we found that rattlesnakes and large waterfowl, such as certain species of herons, frequently visit Lake Folsom.
We found many primary consumers like small bugs such as gnats and black beetles while flipping over rocks. Different species of fish such as bass and trout can be found there. As for carnivores, there have been rare sightings of bears and coyotes found at Folsom Lake.
Lake Folsom is nicely balanced by abiotic and biotic factors. Trees, plants, and animals mentioned earlier take the biotic portion of the spectrum, while the water, air, and rocks made of compressed sand make the abiotic portion.
In this picture, we can see a trophic level pyramid. Every level feeds off their level below their own. This applies for all except the producers and decomposers. Producers get their energy from the sun, and decomposers, such as fungi, get their energy from any other trophic level. For example, a rattlesnake would be at a much higher level than a phytoplankton.
In this picture, we see a food web. Although similar to the trophic level diagram, we see some differences visually. Instead of an organized pyramid, we see lines crossing over multiple directions. However, the organisms are sometimes still ordered from weakest to strongest, the same as the pyramid. Wherever the arrow points is where the energy is being transferred to. For example, a fish would be pointing to a water heron.
Our trip to Folsom Lake was fun and relaxing. We started at 6 in the afternoon by going straight down to the water to look for the obvious animals. We walked right along the edge of the water for some time and would occasionally look in the dirt and sand. The temperature was cool and it was very windy by the water. We took pictures of just about everything we saw.
Unfortunately, we were expecting more than what we actually saw. We thought we were going to see a lot of fish, but the water was so murky you couldn't see through it a foot deep. And every time we turned over a rock, we thought we would see some type of big animal, but only found small bugs, if anything. We explored for a few hours before we decided we had enough information for the project.
Trying to look for stuff. There's nothing. Oh, there's a rock.
Unfortunately, was a lot of trash at Folsom Lake. Every few feet there was another piece of garbage. Even though it doesn't look like it, negative human actions have much more of an impact than we think. Animals can pick up this trash and potentially hurt themselves by getting stuck in it or even trying to eat it. Under California Penal Code Section 374.4, anyone found littering must receive a mandatory fine of no less than $250. However, it seems the code does not stop anyone from littering.
Folsom Lake was actually formed over a mining community named Mormon Island, formed in 1848. It was a town made of a few hotels, shops, and offices with a population of 2,500. In 1856, a fire had burnt most of the town and was never rebuilt. After the gold rush, only a few scattered families remained. Finally, in 1948, the Folsom Dam project was formed and the town was flooded. In current news, the 2012 to 2014 North American drought had exposed some of the outskirts of the town. With a few visible walls and a bridge, the rest of the town remains underwater.
Thanks for listening, and I hope you learned a little bit more about Folsom Lake.